Drop D tuning, also known as DADGBE, is an alternate, or scordatura, form of guitar tuning specifically, a drop tuning in which the lowest string is tuned down from the usual E of standard tuning by one whole step/a tone to D. Uses of drop D tuning: in drop D the three bass strings form a D5 power chord, which can be shifted up or down the fretboard with a single finger to produce a power chord. Drop D tuning is frequently used in heavy metal and its various incarnations, as guitarists in these styles often need extremely fast transitions between power chords. The tuning has also been used in many other styles of music, including blues, country, folk, and classical. Due to its similarity to standard tuning, drop D is recognized as a useful introduction to alternative tunings, leading logically to an exploration of DADGBE, open D and drop G tunings. The tuning allows for chords with a root or bass note of D to be played with a D an octave lower than with standard tuning. It also allows the playing of open D chords that include the fifth and sixth strings, letting the full sonority of the guitar be heard. This can be especially useful for songs in the keys of D major or minor and is particularly effective on acoustic guitar. Drop D also allows finger pickers to play chord shapes higher up the neck while maintaining an alternating bass. The bottom three strings, if left open, will vibrate sympathetically and, using chord shapes limited to the top three strings, a drone effect can easily be achieved. The trade-off is the loss of the bass E note in chords or fingerings, which the player can adjust to include fretting the sixth string at the second fret. Drop D tuning in heavy metal hard rock. Although the drop D tuning was introduced and developed by blues and classical guitarists, it is well known from its usage in contemporary heavy metal and hard rock bands. Early hard rock songs tuned in drop D include The Beatles unregistered trademark I Want You and Led Zeppelin unregistered trademark S Moby Dick. Tuning the lowest string one tone down, from E to D allowed these musicians to acquire a heavier and darker sound than in standard tuning. Without needing to tune all strings, they could tune just one, in order to lower the key. Drop D is also a convenient tuning, because it expands the scale of an instrument by two semitones, D and E. In the mid-1980s, three alternative rock bands, one from Houston and two from Seattle, King's X, Soundgarden and Melvins, influenced by Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, dropped their lowest strings and found new use for this tuning. While playing power chords in standard tuning requires a player to use three fingers, one per string, drop D tuning needs just one, similar in technique to playing bar chords. It allowed them to use different methods of articulating power chords and more importantly, it allowed guitarists to change chords faster. New technique of playing power chords introduced by these early grunge bands was a great influence on many artists, such as Rage Against the Machine and Tool, making by the same drop D tuning common practice among alternative metal acts such as the band Helmet, who used the tuning a great deal throughout their career and would later be influenced many alternative metal and nu metal bands. Nu metal bands including Deftones and Slipknot went one step further and decided to tune or drop tuning even lower. By lowering the sixth string one whole step in ebb tuning to C, they created a heavier and dirtier sound. Even lower tunings such as drop C, drop B, drop A, and drop A were also utilized. These tunings are very popular among metalcore and deathcore acts like Trivium, Enya, All That Remains, and Suicide Silence, where fast chord changes are an essential part of the sound. Drop D tuning in Irish music. John Doyle of the band Solas uses drop D tuning on an acoustic guitar to back up traditional Irish tunes and songs. This is not an uncommon approach to this style of music. Examples of chords in drop D tuning. Chords in drop D tuning are formed as they are in standard tuning, with the exception of the sixth string, which is either omitted or fretted one whole step higher. Note that these chords are not the power chords commonly played in drop D tuning. Power chords generally mute the higher notes rather than the lower notes. For purposes of making the table easier to read, spaces are provided between each number when the fret number becomes a double digit. Additionally, the highest note in any fifth chord is an octave from the root note, so it is not necessary to play it to achieve a fifth chord. Relation to other tunings. Drop D tuning is the most basic type of drop 1 tuning, where the sixth string is tuned down a whole step. A large number of other drop 1 tunings can be obtained simply by tuning a guitar to drop D tuning and then tuning all strings down some fixed amount. Examples are drop C, drop B, drop A, and drop A tunings. All of these use the same fingerings as for drop D tuning. References. External links. Drop D tuning, song examples, Tyrannosaurus X, guitar players Vincent DeMasi interviews T.Y. Tabor about drop tunings, online tuners for drop D, C and B, drop tuning audio references, drop D picture reference, drop visual reference, ultimate guitar, drop D tuning and basic chords, music stack exchange, why is drop D tuning used so often?